In this lesson, we're going to be talking about what Gavin Harrison refers to as a rhythmic illusion. Now, we've talked about this type of stuff on this channel before, but we've called it implied metric modulation. That's kind of the nerdy name for it. More common name would be it's a rhythmic illusion. Now, before we get to the lesson, let's get the question of the lesson out of the way. What is your favorite drum method book that you've worked out of? Put it in the comment section below, and let's start a conversation about it. Now, what we're going to do in this lesson is we're going to imply a groove that's in 5/8. So the groove that we're going to imply is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be the illusion that we're creating, that we're playing an actual groove in 5/8, when in actuality we've never changed times. All we're doing is playing a sticking over the time signature that we're in. Now, we're going to be working with a subdivision of sextuplets. There's 6 sextuplets to every quarter note if you're in a regular bar of 4/4. All right, so now that we have that out of the way, we need to look at what sticking we're going to be working with. The sticking we're going to be working with is essentially right, left, right, right, kick. Or it's going to be a paradiddle with a kick on the end of it. Now the first thing we need to be able to do is loop that sticking over and over and over. We don't need to put it in a subdivision yet. We just need to loop it over and over and over. Right, left, right, right, kick. Right, left, right, right, kick. Right, left, right, right, kick. Get that into your brain and into your muscle memory. Do it slowly, then speed it up a little bit. But once you feel like you're confident that, okay, I got that sticking down, then and only then can we move on to the next part, which is applying it to a subdivision. Now the subdivision we're going to be applying it to is sextuplets. Our sticking's a 5-note sticking. The sextuplet, there's 6 to each beat. So that's not going to lay evenly over a bar of 4/4. So coming in and out of it, you'll have to be a little bit creative. All right, now once we get the sticking down, we'll need to take it and put it to a click and begin to play sextuplets with that sticking. I'll demonstrate. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You'll notice that since it's a 5-note sticking, it's going to loop around or come back to the 1 on the right hand every 5 measures or every 5 beats. All right, but I usually won't let the illusion last that long. I'll usually cut it off before then, and I'll kind of explain and demonstrate that in just a second. Now, the thing that you want to do after you get the basic sticking down is what tricks my head the most is whenever I take a sticking that's on the snare, just one sound source, and we take that other hand to another sound source. We don't change the sticking at all, but in my head, for some reason, that sound throws me off. So the thing I'm going to do next is I'm simply going to put it on another sound source and play the exact same thing that I just did so that I can hear a different sound source, 2 different sound sources, and get my head used to that. Alright, now so far we've got the basic sticking and we put it on 2 sound sources. Now I want to add the accents that we're going to need to put in there to make this groove or to give the illusion of us going to another time signature. But what we're going to do is we're going to accent the first 2, the first right and left of every sticking. So the sticking now begins to sound like this. Before we actually begin to apply it, the only thing we have left to do is put the groove in its actual place. So I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to play it on the hi-hat, left hand is on the snare. Now this is going to last for 2 of those 5 stickings. The first 5 sticking goes like this: right on the hi-hat, left on the hi-hat with an accent, right on the hi-hat, then a kick. Then we have a right on the hi-hat, left accent, right, kick. That's going to be our groove. That sounds like a groove in 5 just by itself. What gives the illusion is that behind that we'll have a click going, or if you were with a band, you would have the band going. And we're going to imply that pattern and give the illusion that we've gone to 5. Now I'm going to play that pattern, those 2 5 stickings together. I'm going to do that 4 times, and on the 5th time I'm going to come out of it. That will make for 2 measures in 4/4 of sextuplets. All right, I'll show you how I'll resolve it right here. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. When I come out of that, I simply play a right, left sticking, and that will turn me around. I'll speed it up a little bit and show you what it sounds like applied. 2, 3. In a very short period of time, we've taken a simple sticking like a paradiddle with a kick put on the end of it, and we've implied something so much more than that sticking by using the subdivisions that we know and putting a couple of well-placed accents in there. We make it sound like it's in 5/8. Hopefully this has helped kind of open your mind up a little bit to some new possibilities of things you could do within songs and within the context of the music that you're playing. If you're interested in more lessons, you can visit the website, stevensdrumshed.com. We've got a ton of lessons on there for monthly subscription, or you can sign up for the free email lessons. Either way, I'll see you here next lesson.